Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tier Sports. It's Victor. It's time for some NFL Thursday. We're just going to get right into it. This is going to be a pretty quick episode as I am kind of under the weather this week. So I don't want to make you guys listen to me cough for 12 minutes like a normal episode. Instead, you're just going to listen to me ramble for 6 minutes. Um, First off, huge shout out to Drew Brees because he is now the touchdown king. Passes Peyton Manning for most passing touchdowns for a quarterback. And just another record that he takes hold of in the record books. Incredible for him. I know Tom Brady is also pretty close to passing Peyton Manning's record, but seeing that Brees got there first and that I don't see Brees ever having less than Tom Brady from here on out, I don't think that's one that he will quite get his hands on. So congratulations to you, Drew Brees. Another bit of news, Tom Coughlin of the head of football operations for the Jacksonville Jaguars, or I believe VP of operations, is now relieved of duty. So basically, he was fired. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what route the Jaguars take. Of course, they traded Jalen Ramsey during the season in what was a pretty good move for them because I don't see them, or none of us saw them retaining Jalen after this season, so they made the most of that, got the picks back. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll probably hear more about that through the offseason, considering the Jags aren't going to be in playoffs. So, we're going to jump into our weekly picks and then give an updated standings for the playoffs. Not much has changed over the past week. However, the outside looking in has gotten a little brighter for some teams. So, first off, the first game of the week, Texans at Bucks. I'm going to take the Buccaneers. I know the Texans have the better record, but the Buccaneers have been pretty hot lately and a lot better than I think they're getting credit for. So I'm going to take the Bucks at home. Bills at Pats, taking the Pats at home. Rams at 49ers. I'm taking the 49ers. Trying to get back that division lead. I don't think it happens. Jags at Falcons. I'm going to take the Falcons. Bengals at Dolphins. I'm taking the Dolphins. Yes, this is now, I believe, 5 games where I took the home team, and typically I don't take home teams, but I really like them this week. Ravens at Browns. I'm going to take the Ravens. Saints at Titans. I am taking the Saints. They are the better team in my mind, obviously, and I don't think the Titans are going to be able to pull off this upset even at home after they couldn't handle the Texans. Panthers at Colts. I'm taking the Colts at home. They're a good team. They're not a great team. Yeah. Giants at Redskins. I'm going to take the Redskins here. I think it's a bit of an upset. I know they're both 3-11 on paper, but the Giants have been doing well lately. However, the Redskins, I think, are better than their record. Steelers at Jets. I'm taking the Steelers out of hope that they don't overlook this game. Please, please. Otherwise, they're going to be out of playoffs. Lions at Broncos. I'm going to take the Broncos at home. I think they are also just a lot better than they're getting credit for. Raiders at Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers at home. Cowboys at Eagles. The game that decides the division. We said a couple weeks ago that would come down to this. Now it is really coming down to this. I'm going to take the Eagles because it's in Philly. Dallas got their game versus them when it was in Dallas. I think the Eagles do this. I also said back when they were 5-7 that they were going to win 4 straight, win out. It hasn't been pretty so far through those first 2, but they did win the first 2. I think they do win out. I think they go 9-7 and take the division. Cardinals at Seahawks. I'm taking the Seahawks because they're at home and they're the better team. Chiefs at Bears. Chiefs. And Packers at Vikings. I'm going to take the Vikings because I think they are the better team in almost every position aside from quarterback. I'd like to see them win the division this year. I really think it would be a big step for them. And yeah, I overall think the Packers are a little better or a little worse than their record shows. I don't quite think that they're a true 11-3 when you compare them to the Saints or the 49ers. I think both those 11-3 teams are a lot better. So, now on to the standings, real quick. In the AFC, since last week, nothing has changed. 1 through 4 for division leaders are Ravens, Pats, Chiefs, Texans. In that order, I don't see it changing from that order here on out in the season, with the first wild card still being the Bills and the second still being the Steelers. However, the Bills have now locked up a playoff appearance with their win over the Steelers and just about locked up the first wild card per se, not officially, but they have it over the Steelers, and it's really just the Titans are the only one who could take that first wild card, aside from the Bills moving up to division lead, which they can't do. So, or which they probably won't do. I shouldn't say can't. And then the Titans tied with the Steelers at 8-6. The Steelers to clinch playoffs need one win and the Titans loss to the Texans in week 17. So it's not guaranteed, but if the Steelers go 1-1 and the Titans can beat the Texans, then I believe the Titans are in playoffs. So definitely not out of it by any means. Technically, the Browns and Raiders still have a shot. However, they're 2 games back from the second wild card and need a lot to go their way. So unless miracles happen this week, I still don't see them making it. And then we go to the NFC, where in order right now it goes Seahawks, Packers, Saints, Cowboys for 1-4. So interesting that the Saints or that the Packers have the first round bye at the moment. A lot can happen in the NFC still, with the first and second wild cards being the 49ers and the Vikings. So right now, we would see the 49ers head to Dallas in the first round. Again, whoever makes it from the NFC East, I think they will have a very, very tough time. I can't say that enough. Versus the first wild card being Seattle or San Francisco. It's almost guaranteed to be one of those two. There's a chance it could be Minnesota still. But yeah. And then everybody else eliminated aside from the Eagles and Rams. In the rest of the NFC, the Eagles, of course, can only take their division, and the Rams looking at a wild card, but on the outside looking in, as they need the Vikings to lose to, and for the Rams to win both of theirs, and then I believe they have the tiebreaker over them. So we'll kind of see how things play out in this final 2 weeks. We're not sure exactly what we will be doing for Christmas episodes of Top Tier Sports, so tune back in for that. We'll try and throw in at least an updated wildcard standing and the scenarios in which each team gets in for NFL, and we'll take it from there, 1 week at a time.